You stupid You
Let's go gambling!
Champion!
Oh my god, bro.
So badly. Yup, I'm going to be commentating over this because otherwise watching this would probably get boring after a bit. Plus, it only feels fair that I explain my strategy. To keep it simple, Friedrich is in the vent and moves in 3 phases. Bernard and Endoskelett moves to your doors, but only Endoskelett follows the golden rule of you can't come in unless my camera's up. The oven has to be kept on to keep Clara from starting a fire in the kitchen. Felix will run to your room after a certain amount of camera flips and block a certain door, preventing you from using the lasers, so you have to spin the wheel in his casino to send him back. You have to hold your mouse on Fritterfalle's nose in order to keep him from activating, and if he does, he'll stop you from opening the camera or using the doors. Finally, Golden Friedrich can appear anywhere, meaning he can appear at the right or left door, in the vent, and even in front of you. If he appears in front of you, you have to punch him by clicking on his face. If he appears in a random place in the pizzeria, you have to find him on the cameras before he starts a fire. Now, considering what I just said about Fritterfalle, you're probably wondering why I'm letting him activate. And that's because when he activates, he actually stops all power from draining. And given that I'm playing on strict power constraints, this helped me save power throughout the night. But I'm only going to be doing it for the first 2 hours. Next, let's cover Friedrich. Friedrich is definitely a big obstacle in this night, especially since he's always on a timer. But he's become less of an obstacle over time, purely because of practice. When he's in Phase 0 or Phase 1, I don't have to worry that much. But Phase 2 is the danger zone, because if I see him in Phase 2 in the cameras, he's most likely going to be in Phase 3 by the time I flip it up again. So I'll have to flip up the camera early, instead of waiting for the oven to go off and doing it then. This especially goes for when the moisture content is high, because when the moisture content is high, everything is delayed. And if everything's delayed, that means even if I were to catch Friedrich in Phase 3, he could still crawl up into my office with the little window where the button is struggling to actually activate. Next is Bernard. The second Bernard reaches your door, you have about 4 to 5 seconds to laser him before he walks straight into your room, and you're basically screwed. It doesn't matter if your camera's up, he will always take the same amount of time to enter your room once he reaches the door. So it's important to get him as soon as possible. And when the moisture content is high, he becomes even more dangerous because you have a much smaller window to actually get him away. As mentioned earlier, Endoskelett actually does follow the golden rule of you can't enter my office if my camera isn't up, because he will just stand there. Plus, he makes a bunch of noise when he goes to your door, so you always know when he's there. The only danger about this is when the lasers are damp, because I've had situations where I'll press the laser, open my camera, and then he'll get them before they go off, so just watch out for that. Clara is pretty self-explanatory. You just gotta keep cooking pizza to keep her out the kitchen, or else she'll start a fire. And that may not seem so bad considering we have sprinklers, but the sprinklers have a cooldown. So getting lit on fire too much is bad. Now, Felix is a very particular thorn in my side, because every 3 camera flips, you have to spin the wheel or else he'll block your way. And when the sprinklers are damp, it's basically doom, because he'll be standing in front of Bernard, and you've got the smallest window, if not no window, to get him away, and then get Bernard away. You're just screwed. That's why I always make sure to try to count out loud or in my head how many times I've flipped up the camera since the last time Felix has arrived. And finally, there's Golden Friedrich. Dealing with Golden Friedrich in the vents, at the doors, or in my room is not a problem. It's just when he teleports around the pizzeria. Now in this current run, I've chosen to completely ignore him when he teleports around the pizzeria, because it only starts a fire and it's not gonna kill me. But I know in future modes, the consequences for not being able to find him on the cameras will be more dire. but just for this mode, I decided to disregard it entirely. Now, on paper, everyone seems pretty simple to deal with, but when you put it all together, it's really easy to lose track or mess up, and anything can go wrong. Believe me, it's not as easy as it looks. I've lost track of how many times Felix has stood in front of a door and Bernard grabs him and moves out of the way, eventually screwing me over. I've lost track of how many times I've forgotten about Friedrich entirely and he just hangs from the ceiling of my room, that stupid smile on his face. I've lost track of how many times I've let Friedrich sneak into my room, and you can just tell when he does because the bar will stop going down and the corpse on the ground will just be gone. And I'm sure there will be many more instances to come when I lose track of someone and get screwed over and everything goes wrong and I die a million times over and over again. But for now, it's 5 AM, I've got 20% left. All I have to do is not screw this up.
Stop!
Yes! 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 I'm gonna throw up. Yes! 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 Oh! My fingers are numb. Yes! Yeah! Yeah! Fantastic! Oh! Yes! Oh my god. Yes! Oh. I see something different with my character. Oh, what the heck? Oh god, there's so many. Stop putting this in office. Oh. There's so many end screens, what the flip? Oh. Oh. I am not so fudging numb. Let's go! Let's go! Oh, I'm done. I'm done. I had done it. I had beaten 720. But through my distraught, I completely forgot that I found a collectible. And it was a lot more than just a collectible. Wait. Whenever you click him, something happens. And it isn't random numbers either. Hold on. Are these the numbers I have to put into the custom night to find that last secret jump scare that I've heard about? 2, 17, 16, 9, 5, 20, 16. I need to write this down. Okay, so everybody's set at 20. I mean, I'm assuming this is gonna be like a Golden Freddy thing. like the thing in the original FNAF where you enter 1987 and it does something, crashes the game. And I've been wondering about that for a while. Oh, like one of my first thoughts was entering the date on the paper of the old photo collectible, but no. So 2, 17, 16, 9, 5, 20, and 16 again. So what would happen the second I... Okay, so... What are you hiding from me, game? I forgot I have the music on. Wait, it's a night I have to beat, isn't it? I have to beat the night, don't I? Okay, hold that thought for 1 second. I'm also now thinking that Fritterfalle made Ella Vanilla's signature or awesome noise when I finished clicking on him. So maybe I gotta go in as Ella. Awesome. Yeah. So should I go in as Ella? Will that trigger something? Let me do this again. Something happened. Hey! Oh! Whoa! Collectible found! Oh, frick off! Hold on. I got something! Why did he give me this? I can give it back! You don't have to... I think I just closed my game. Trophy unlocked. It's mine. The flip? I need to get like another glimpse at what that was. So, where is it? It's mine. Don't let him have it. What even is... I don't even know what that is. What even is this? The weirdest part about that is that... Hold on, can I do that again, actually? Yeah, everyone is still sad. No, it was only that one time. Right, but then the weird thing about that is... I think it was still Alan. It didn't have the robotic eyes. Guys, it looked like it was still Alan. Let me go back to the collectible menus. I can still click it. Yeah, I know it's yours. I'm just trying to get... What even is that? Is that like a puppet or something? It looked like the puppet's bottom half. It looked like the bottom half is of the thing that jump scares me's jaw or something. Okay, that's weird. Okay, I'm glad I did that. That's weird. What even is that?